Hi guys, happy Halloween. It's your girl Kira Nakari, and today's reading is going to be about what do you need to ask your spirit guides to protect you from. And today we have 3 pictures as always. We have picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. Well, you can see a little bit more. Yep, picture number 3. Alright. So, those are the 3 pictures. And like I said, what do you need to ask your spirit guides to protect you from? This is, I guess, mostly kind of the closest thing we'll have to like a Halloween themed reading, which I've been doing this entire month, but this is like, since it's the week of Halloween, hopefully you'll go a little bit deeper. I have no idea. I'm excited. So let's get started. Alright, so this is pile number 1. And if you chose pile number 1, you chose this interesting picture with these 2 women praying, and then this soldier or priest, I'm gonna say he's a priest, looking over him. Alright, well, let's get started. What does pile number 1's spirit guides need to protect them from? Okay, we have 7 of Pentacles, the Hanging Man, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands, and 8 of Cups. Magician. Your spirit guides need to protect you from, sounds very weird, but your tendency to rush things. And your tendency to rush things usually lead you in more trouble than what it's worth. So they're protecting you from not necessarily yourself, but your temperament. You tend to just do things and not think, and sometimes when you do that, it leads you into feeling more stressed out than what the actual issue even was. It's like, let's say you're waiting in line for something to come, and then you like try to skip the line, and doing so you fall and get hurt, kind of thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, or it's like your temperament, you wanting things to happen sooner than what they're supposed to, always leads you into more trouble than what the actual problem or situation needed. So it's like your spirit guides are teaching you patience, because you're like, I'm not saying you're like a troublemaker, but it's like that temper of yours of always wanting to like jump head in sometimes leads you into just nonsense. Or like, not, I don't want to say like danger, because I don't want you to feel like, oh, like I'm in danger. No. It's like, it's just, it gives you more grief than the actual issue. So it's like, there's this like, okay, we're teaching you a long lesson of waiting, because sometimes you waiting helps this like cool off the issue. Like, it's like let it cool down before you eat, you know. Like let's say you have like a hot porridge, and you, instead of like waiting for it to cool, you just start eating it. Now you burnt yourself, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're giving you that cool off, because you're just always want to jump straight in. And sometimes it's maybe in the long run, the issue that you're so gung-ho about, you'll soon be able to walk away from and leave it alone. It's like, oh, like after you let the dust settle, you're like, oh, it's not even worth my time to be in my feelings about it, and then you just move on. So it's like they're protecting you from that tendency to always dig yourself in a deeper hole than necessary. Let's look more into it. What else is how one's guide protecting them from? Alright, you have card number 12. Alright. Let me read it out of the book. Alright, card number 12 has this Tezcatlipoca. That's what it says. If you guys know how to pronounce it, let me know. Ancient god of the night, of war, of education and temptation, he is portrayed holding a mirror with which he kills his enemies, forcing them to face their contradictions and disordance. For this reason, he is governed by the archetype of chaos, but he is also capable of sacrificing himself. In fact, he lost a leg after using it as bait to attract the monster Hippocalypse, whose body was used to form the earth and human beings. The advice of the deceased. Assess in a period of pause and meditation what needs to be sacrificed to leave the chaos you find yourself in. You will thus be able to obtain great advantages from this new perspective. Like I was saying, your guides are, wow, that's crazy. Like the amount of like synchronicities with this reading. Like I was saying, your guides are giving you a time to think, to be in the moment, and to really just assess what it is that you're really doing this for. Like, why are you stressing yourself out? Like, is it really worth the stress and the anger, the all those emotions that you're feeling? Is it really worth it? Obviously, feel your emotions, let them go, and move on. But all the other nonsense that you're like that anger brings to heightened situations, like, is it really necessary to say you're petty? Like, let's say, like, for me, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm petty. Sometimes I really get like, oh, like that's how you feel, that's how you finna do me. And then I say some things just to like when I'm hurt, I say things to want to hurt somebody else who hurt me. But was that really necessary? Like, what did that bring to the conversation? Now we're both hurt, now we're both in our feelings, saying mean things back and forth to each other, and then what? That did not fix the problem. So it's like, now it's like, is you staying in this situation, is it really benefiting you in the long run? Is you feeling this way really benefiting you? It's like time for you to like start realizing what you need to let go and what you need to like keep. And sometimes it's okay to let people or things go. Like, that's part of life. You're not supposed to be the same person you were since you were a kid. Like, that's crazy. If you're the same person you were since you were like a child, no judgment, but it probably would be time for you to grow up, you know what I mean, or to make that necessary changes. Like, I hope you're not the same person you were, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to be the same person you were then than you are now, and sometimes you outgrow people. And that's not to say that those people that you outgrew or the things that you outgrew were bad. It's just you don't fit it anymore. Like, you don't wear clothes from when you're a baby, you know. Like, it's not the clothes fault that it's that small, it's just you're not that small anymore. So yeah, it's definitely a time for you guys to just relax, chill, kind of cool off, and then assess, like, oh yeah, I didn't show y'all it was beneath the deck, my bad. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. This is what's beneath the deck. 21. It's beautiful cards. This is the Santa Muerte Oracle, if y'all were wondering. Let me know if you guys ever wonder like what decks I be using are, but that's not what we're talking about. Like, back to what I was saying, it's like it's definitely time for you guys to just let it be. Like, let it go, let it be, and move forward and move on. Like, cut things out. Like, that's exactly the theme of what your spirit guides are protecting you from, or like what you need to ask them for protection from. Like, give me the moment to ask for this space for clarity, or thank them for that if that's what they gave without you having to ask for it. But for some of y'all might need to ask for it. Like, can y'all give me a moment to just get my mind right, to seek that clarity out? Because sometimes people are just busy bees, and you know, I get it. Life is busy sometimes. So it's like, if you need that time to just have that time for, like, have that space for clarity, that's exactly what you need to be asking for. All right. Tell me what pile number 1 needs to ask for protection. protection. Okay. You have ancestors. The love and legacy of our DNA. So, some of y'all, the guys that are helping you with this might, okay, two things. One, the guys who are help that you need to go ask for this help to give you that time to have that space and clarity of mind might be your ancestors. And ancestors come in many different forms. They can be family that passed on, or it could literally be people that have passed on who meant a lot to you, who were like family. It doesn't necessarily always have to be people that were related to you, like especially those who have foster parents or just are not close to the people that they call, that are supposed to be called, like the relatives that are quote unquote family, you know. So if you have someone that you loved who was basically your mother, but y'all weren't related, she is still your ancestor because she raised you, or she was someone you loved so much and she is there to pass on, or when she passes on, she is still there for you. Or a friend that was like your sister, but you guys weren't related, that is still your sister. She is still your ancestor. So they are the ones that you should go to ask for that help, that clarity, that like space, that time to just get put yourself right so you can know what you need to let go of. Or this could be whatever the issue is that has you this like pressed about, could be an ancestral burden, or and what do they call it? It's like every time I do these things I forget words. Ancestral like karma, baggage, curse, whatever you want to call it. It's all kind of similar to an extent. So it's like whatever, it could be something that like came from like the bloodline, you know what I mean, like this problem. So it's like ask your guides for that time to just let you process things and let go of what's not serving you. Underneath the deck you have owl. Wise seeing, wise action. All right, now let me read it like out of the book what this card meant. You got ancestors. And this is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. You guys were wondering. Okay. The love and legacy of our DNA. I walk in their footsteps, their wisdom inside me remains. I am unique, yet carry a legacy, their blood runs in my veins. Whether or not we know our ancestors, we are the product of those who have lived before us, DNA-wise. Externally, we may have the body type of our father, our mother's eyes, our grandmother's nose, our great-grandfather's skin tone. On the inside, it gets even more interesting. We know now that we can inherit the way our bodies work, blood types, genetic disorders, even propensities for aspects of brain function like introversion, musicality, and mathematics. Many pagan paths associated with Halloween believe that we are born perfectly imperfect to be exactly what we are meant to be. What does this mean? It means that the gifts our ancestors have left us and the unique synergy of the combination of the physical, mental, and physical that is created within us sets us up perfectly to achieve our ultimate purpose. Should the ancestor card bring itself to your attention, know that you are ready to be able to action your birthright or of power. You have the support of those who came before you. There may be challenges or struggles, but you have everything you need to overcome them. You will prevail. So yeah, like I was saying before, when it comes to the ancestors, it could be literally they're here to help you, or you are undoing whatever pattern, curse, or problem that they had before you, or just simply ask them to give you the gifts that you need to just move past this issue. But that is literally all that I'm seeing for pile 1. Let me know how it resonated with you. And if you ever just want to go into details, leave it in the comments. I love reading the comments because it makes me feel like I know that I'm what I'm doing, and it just helps me keep going. But yeah, thank you guys. Happy Halloween. And just know that like this is definitely the perfect time to do ancestor workings and stuff like that, because then the line between our world and this world is at its thinnest, especially on the 31st. And if you also do like All Saints and Souls Day, that's going to be November 1st and 2nd as well. So anyways, have a wonderful day. Love y'all. Mwah. Hello, pile 2. This is your picture that you chose. Fun fact about dogs in Greek paganism: dogs are a symbol for the goddess Hecate, especially the black dog. Even though I don't see a black dog, just thought it was interesting since it's like Halloween-esque reading. But yeah, this is your picture. This man with his dogs. But yeah, let me just put it down. Alright, let's get started. So today's reading is going to be about what do you need your spirit guides to protect you from? Alright. What does pile 2 need the spirit guides to protect them? Pile 2 need their spirit guides to protect them. Pile 2 need their spirit guides to protect them. Pile 2 spirit guides. Sheesh. Ugh. This is how to make their spirit guides to protect them from. This is how to make their spirit guides to protect them from. This is how to make their spirit guides to protect them from. How to meet their spirit guides to protect them from. To meet their spirit guides to protect them from. Okay. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Four of Wands. Page of Swords. And Five of Pentacles. And Five of Cups. Underneath the deck you have the Hierophant. Hmm. I'm getting a really sad feeling over here. For some strange reason. Not strange. I think what your guides are trying to protect you from is someone's idea of what a family is. Okay, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, you might have been adopted, because I honestly don't know, and everyone's different. But for this pile, holidays might be hard for you for many of reasons. Maybe you don't have the money to celebrate like other families. Maybe you just simply do not have good memories tied to this time of the year, or just simply family might not be for you. Like, some people just don't have a good relationship with their family members. And I think what your spirit guides are trying to protect you from is that pressure you're putting on yourself to force a family. Either, or to force yourself to be happy about these types of things, like pretending to be happy during this time, saying you're okay when you're not. You know, some people do get seasonal depression, and that's okay. Even just lying, like basically lying to yourself and protecting you from that. They're telling you it's okay that you're not okay about the relationship you have with your family, and that or it's okay to not force yourself to try to force that connection with your relatives, your family members. I'm not gonna say like, oh, well, you know, like, you'll find your family. No, I'm not getting that. I think it's time for you to be okay with the fact that what you have is not what you want. It's okay that like you're not going to have like a big Thanksgiving or holiday cheer or whatever you guys do for the holidays. Like, it's just like you're gonna have to learn, like, when they're protecting you because they're there, but it's like you're going to have to come to terms with it sooner or later, because no matter how much you try to force it, that's not happening. Okay, what else is pile number 2? All right, you have 14. And 14 is Chalaku Chalak Chalak Chal 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 Chalchu Chalak. Here you go, 14. Alright. Goddess of all the waters, lakes, seas, and sailors, as well as goddess of beauty and fertility, she reminds us how development and progress can only be possible if we view life as a benevolent river, a moving event, and not as something static. The flow expressed by the love card, number 4, which, if understood and allowed to run, allows to bring beauty and order instead of lightning and storms. Do not fight against the flow you are in. A river cannot be tamed with force. You must surrender to its current and use its strength as if it were your own. Like I was saying, it's your guys are protecting you from trying to force things. They no longer want you to try to force a relationship. They don't with your family or whoever you're trying to force a relationship upon. You have to let it flow. And like I was saying before, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and try to say like, oh well, maybe this will happen. No, like, you have to let it flow. I don't know what happens when you let it flow, but that's the thing. It's not for me to like, it's not my job to sit here and give you all the answers. I'm here to guide you, not force feed you the answers. It's, you have to let it flow and let it go. So corny, but yeah, like, you have to let it flow. Like, it's okay. And then you have this underneath the deck, 16. Anyhow, because you don't know just when, like, just because you're giving up on forcing that relationship, what could come of it. Like, you might, who knows, you might find what you're looking for. Like, a family comes in different shapes and sizes, and it looks different for everyone. So you never know, like, that family you're looking for, you might find it, but you can't find it by forcing it. So yeah. But yeah, I felt your pain on that one. I know how that feels. And that's something I wish I would have been told when I was doing what you are doing, because I've been there. So no judgment from me whatsoever. Alright. The card just smacked me in my face. Okay. Tell me what cards do. It's to be protective. All right. Graveyard. Unnecessary fear. Interesting. Underneath the deck you have the underworld, where things pause and begin again. Interesting. Unnecessary fear. So like, before I read out of the book, I'm just gonna say this. I think your unnecessary fear is honestly, what if they don't love me? What if I'll never find a family again? Or what if it never works out? Well, sometimes, even though it's scary, doesn't stop you from having to do it anyways. So, what's scarier? Feeling alone and nothing changes, or letting it flow and seeing where that leads you? I'm just saying, like, because you already know what you're going to be feeling when you are forcing a relationship, but like, you don't know what could come of it when you let things flow. So I'm just saying, like, I think it's scarier to just do the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome than it is to do something new and wonder what's happening. But that's just me. No tea, no shade. Okay. You have graveyard unnecessary fear. The stones they mark the eternal resting place, yet the spirits they are walking, and they are ready for the chase. Today's modern graveyards are restful places, normally highly manicured and very well set out. Whilst they can be places of profound sadness, few are the creepy Gothic places of old. Yet they still hold an undercurrent of fear and seem frightening places. Due to countless stories of haunted graveyards, the thought of walking through cemeteries evoke fears in many of us. We imagine zombies and ghosts rising from the graves and bad spirits hiding out, waiting to harm an unsuspecting living person who walks by. The idea of being at a graveyard after dark, or worse, at midnight, is the stuff of dares and nightmares. But this isn't the way with every culture. On the Mexican Day of the Dead, whole families picnic on the graves of their loved ones who have passed. Children play upon the graves, people play music, drink wine, and share food, all in the company of the dead. Graveyard dust is used as an ingredient in protective spells, not in curses. Pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem, and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct steps and that you will act upon them. Yeah, like I was saying, Pal, too, you have to do it. Like, you have to move forward. You have to let go of always trying to force things, because your anxieties are real, like I said. But instead of letting it haunt you, let it flow. Anyways, I hope that helps. But that's all I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that this reading did help and resonate with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. This is a very interesting pile, and because like I personally understand what you're going through, I'm here. Like, I'm really here, and I would like to genuinely, I'm invested in knowing who this resonates with. Alright, have a great day, and happy Halloween. Hi, pile 3. Alright, you chose this is your pile. If you chose this picture, she a baddie, not gonna lie. Alright, anyways, let's get started. Yes. What is pile 3? Need protection from. What is pile 3? Need protection from. What is pile 3? Need protection from. Oh, alright, what's pile 3? Need protection from. Excuse me. How does pile 3 need protection from? Right, you have the moon. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Seven of Wands. Two of Wands. The Hanging Man. Wait, like, funny enough, I'm not looking at like the act. Like, I'm looking at these coins. They're significant here. Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. And this is like, I'm not trying to knock your hustle, pile 3, but you need protection from overworking yourself. You are overworking yourself. Like, you are working yourself to the bone. Like, this is a pile that, excuse me. Interesting. Y'all don't get sleep. I could tell. Like, this is the pile that does not sleep, does not rest. Rest is for the wicked. Is probably something you think or say to yourself. Yeah, this is definitely a pile that has been working non-stop. Like, your career, or maybe even, this might be like, this might not be for everyone. This is one side. So you're overworking yourself to a point where you're not resting, or you're worried. You're so worried about your finances that you're not sleeping at night. You are a hustler. Like, this is like a hold on. I did not start yawning until pile number 3. So yeah, like, y'all are a lot. Y'all are working a lot. Like you're overworking yourself to the point where your guides are worried about you. Like they are sincerely worried about you. And they're like, yeah, what you're doing, like you should be, no one's saying that you shouldn't get your bag. Like nobody is saying that, but not to the point where you're not resting, to the point where you're not healthy, to the point where it's like you're in defense mode more than you are in doing, you know what I mean? And it's like low key, it's like anytime, excuse me, y'all are tired, or I am tired. Like I don't know, it could be both could be right, but it's like y'all are at a point where anytime you're at a crossroads between I could rest or I could work, you're always choosing work. That's not healthy. Excuse me. Alright, what was I saying? You choose. Anyways, you always choosing to work, and that is not healthy. Excuse me. This pile definitely needs to sleep. Please focus on your health and sleep. And I also feel like low-key, anytime someone tells you this, you get mad defensive. That's the sleep deprivation talking. You know, like being defensive and stuff. But yeah, like sleep. Okay. And for some people, you might find the answers in your dreams, like maybe your guides, ancestors, whomever you like, whomever that's in your spiritual team. They might give you the answers to your problems in your dreams. So you need to sleep in general. Like you need to sleep for your health, for your mental, for your spiritual, your physical, all of it. Please sleep. Please rest. Like have that balance between your sleep and your work life, your career. Like I get it, girl, boy, person, you need to hustle. I'm not here to knock your hustle, you know, but it is potent, most it is definitely important for you to like sleep, cause okay, let me get these. Let me get your next card. Alright. What does policy need protection from? Okay, you got 26. And look, there's a man building something and his wife like tilling the farm. So it's like, look, more people working hard. But let's see what it says. But underneath the deck you have 31. Alright. Let's see. Work. This card represents the practical act after the spark. This card represents the practical act after the spark lit by the previous card, Birth 25. With awareness, we descend a second staircase to bring our act into the universe. Through constant work on ourselves, we build our future step by step, brick by brick, and we sow seeds for harvest. 27. And for the following staircases to ascend. Proceed courageously without hesitation, working with Proceed courageously without hesitation, working with constancy on the basis of your work. Yeah, this pile is definitely a hardworking pile, but my only advice is rest as well. Like, work hard, yes, please. I'll never tell somebody to not hustle to get that bag, but please rest. Like, don't overwork yourself to the bone. Like, please rest. But yes, like, this is definitely a pile where finances are of importance, which should be of importance to not should be, but it mostly, for a lot of people, finances are important to them. Like, that is not something to be ashamed of. Like, you wanting to work and hustle is nothing to be ashamed of, but please make sure that you're doing it balanced with you resting and taking care of your health, because if you are fucked up, excuse my language, how are you going to efficiently work? You see what I mean? And efficiently get that bag if you're not at your 100%. So you can't give 100% if you're not 100%. So please rest. But anyways, let's see what else. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. The veil, the future. Let me fix it. Alright, underneath the deck you have Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. Alrighty. The future. So a lot of y'all could be working hard towards your future. I mean, that's granted. But let's read what this is about, because personally, I've only used this in the Santa Muerte deck before this one. Sparingly, so I've never seen that card before. So I'm really interested in what it could mean. Let's see. Okay. The future. There is a misty curtain that divides us all. The veil that this night thins. Transparent the weave becomes, and the future no longer dims. The ancient Celts used to call the times of the longest night of the year Samhain, pronounced Samhain. They believed that there was a misty veil that separated the world of the dead and the living. But on 2 nights of the year, Samhain and Beltane, the shortest night that the veil would thin, the fineness of the veil meant the ancestors were closer than ever, and even the gods would be close. This would mean that communication from the dead were more likely to occur, and that divination, where the divine speaks through something, would be more effective. So while using this oracle, as this veil lifts, know that the other worlds are close. Listen in particular to what messages may come forth around your future. Look to what you want to happen. Plan, set intentions, think big. Excuse me. Interesting. Remember when I was saying back before that your guides might have a message for you in your dreams? Yeah, like, that's exactly why I'm telling you guys need to rest, because it's like the answers to whatever issues you're going through, or whatever, like, whatever the reason you may be overworking for, whatever that may be, the answers are there in your dreams. They have a message for you in your dreams, which is so interesting. So, and interesting because Samhain is definitely coming up, which is also known as Halloween. Like I said, like they said before, the veil between this world and the next is the thinnest. So let me know if you guys get like a vision or some sort during this time. Let me know how like Halloween affects you, and yeah, like, do your thing. I genuinely am rooting for y'all, pal. 3, get your bag. I really support that. I love to see a hustler. But yeah, like, much love to you guys. That's all I see for this reading. Happy Halloween and have a great day. Mwah.